Wait a gosh darn minute. Did this man?
Hey, yo. Ain't no way around it.
Slip on his own piss, and his cranium will be lodged into the 40 ounce.
Bow.
Damn, that boy took so many L's right here. And this has to be the best death scene in the movie, period. After this group,
that shit look nasty.
She'll continue her.
Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors. Gully Boy.
Devin was just your normal everyday savage. One day while he's sliding on his ops, he'll get into a high-speed chase, leading to him and his homies ferociously putting an end to their ops' existence. When he gets out the car to headshot the last op, something tragic would happen. When he shoots his enemy, the bullet would strike his baby sister, killing her instantly.
I hate you. You're not my son.
Mentally, Devin knew who the bullet was intended for, but sadly, this isn't the circumstance. He'll then begin to see the spirit of his sister, and when he follows her down an alley, she'll turn into the op he previously was about to headshot. He'll try to kill the man again, but it would only lead to the man laughing at him as his bullets have no effect.
Can I say real quick? Because motherfuckers won't know, but this is a great fucking movie. Like, maybe not the effects and shit that they had available, or the CGI and shit, you know what I mean? But, like, the concept and the stories that they told in it, like, the actual concept of the stories, not the way that they delivered them. Pretty fucking good. They could do it better is what I'm saying. Maybe not Snoop Dogg, because I don't really think anybody fears Snoop Dogg. He's just so I never understood why they tried to make him do scary movies and stuff. I don't know where that came from. He does play. I mean, he can play a villain, I guess, but I don't know why we're making him the villain. But shit, I like Bones too. It's just that it's like I don't know why we're trying to make him like. Did something happen where we just associated him with spooky shit? I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Maybe if he would have had like a Tales of the Crypt back in the day, like, you know how there's Tales from the Crypt, and then he could have had Tales from a Crypt, and then did like some scary like gang related type stories. And if that shit would have went a season or two, and it was hard, then maybe they could have. Like, I could see why Bones would have came out, and I can see why this came out, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Basically, what I'm saying is they got a good base concept in this shit. It was actually a great base concept. I fuck with this movie heavy.
It is then revealed that the man is actually a demon, and he has an offer for Devin. He'll tell Devin that he could bring his baby sister back from the dead if he sacrifices himself. This will lead to him doing the noble thing, and he'll viciously slice his throat. His sister's life would then be restored.
Mommy, wake up. It's me.
His life would also be restored as he's a demon that now resides in hell, aka the Hood of Horrors. The demon that gave him his new leaf would tell him that he now must gather wicked souls of the living in order to get stronger and wiser as a demon. He'll ultimately agree to this proposal, and he'll begin to tell tales of the wicked souls that he's caught. Or for better,
I don't think I peeped that part.
Each of them met their demise.
Cause I thought he was the top dog demon. But okay, I didn't know that. This
First
is
tale is about a graffiti artist named Post.
Even more lore.
Instantly notice that she's a savage when she confronts some gang members for tagging over her art. She'll talk hella reckless to the gang members, which leads to one of them pulling a strap on her.
Tell the gang shit, nigga.
I've been this close before. So do what you gotta do to prove your manhood.
The reason she isn't afraid to die is because she witnessed death at a very young age. When Posey was a little girl, she witnessed her father kill her mother, and her father also killed himself. This is a big reason why she's able to stand up for herself. She'll then spray one of them boys in the face and runs off.
Open
She'll Marshall Falk them boys something ferociously.
How she She beat this nigga. She said, I'm gonna bring a spray can to a gunfight. Okay.
Winding up on the roof of a building. As soon as she thinks she's safe, a bum with some stank ass breath would knock her on her ass.
You're gonna kill me or let your breath do it?
He'll take her back to his place in order to give her a very sick tat. But what Posey doesn't know is that he just gave her the power to Thanos snap anyone she pleases. The power comes from her Xing out tags. After the bum gives her this power, she'll be unaware that she has it until she exits out one of the game members' tags. Just as he's about to force himself on a helpless woman, he'll struggle to unzip his pants. This would then lead to him cheddar bobbing himself. Posey will learn that she holds the magnificent power when her pastor tells her about the death
Nigga, cheddar bob, who shot himself,
Once he tells
finna.
her his name, she'll put 2 and 2 together and realizes that she could murder people by simply Xing out their tags. She'll then continue her murder spree by tagging over the rest of the gang members. Before she gets her second kill, one of the gang members would tell his homie that he's about to go get a 40. He'll be too broke to buy the beer, so he'll rob the store for one, and he'll also kill whoever's inside. Yeah, go ahead and X this nigga out. Boy, a whole old dog out here. After she X's him out, he'll die.
He did all of that for a
ferocious
40.
death.
You can literally just walk out the gas station. Like, you won't be allowed back in there, but like, you can literally just grab that shit and walk out. Like, niggas don't be knowing they laws. That's crazy. You bopped a motherfucker over a 40 ounce, and then you bop. I ain't even this. Do y'all see this nigga? This nigga pouring out the 40. You kill some. How you gonna pour out a 40 for the dead homies when you didn't even buy the shit? You kill some niggas for it.
After he pours some liquor for
Some
his
random
he'll
motherfuckers.
take
Oh
piss
my.
While sipping the 40 OZ.
That's
His homie will hear the
crazy,
police
boy.
sirens, and he'll
He must
inform him that they
need them
must
3
leave the
hots in a
area.
cot.
As soon as they take
Ain't no way
he'll
around it.
slip on his own piss, and his cranium will be lodged into the 40 ounce.
Bow.
Damn, that boy took so many L's right here. And this has to be the best death scene in the movie, period.
Ugh.
After this
That shit
gruesome
look
death,
nasty.
she'll continue her rampage. She'll X out the last member of the game that chased her, which would lead to
Not the
his goofy ass receiving
NPCs.
that final
Oh God,
destination
finna do like for the 40 ounce.
After she
What
defeats
the
the 3
fuck?
gang members that she had an issue with, she'll then continue with her spree, killing
This
off
shit
a
was
numerous
gory as
amount of
hell.
gangsters. But what she doesn't realize is that she's abusing her power. One night she'll think shit is sweet until the crusty demon bum knocks her on her ass. He'll tell her that she's overstepping her boundaries by killing so many gang members. In short, she's becoming the very thing she's against. This will now lead to her dying a gruesome death by the hands of the now zombified gang members. They'll shove a spray can so far on the top of her cranium, she'll lose her eyes. She'll also lose a large amount of blood, which will be used to paint a very wholesome picture. For some reason, the preacher is telling everyone about how Posey left her mark in a positive way, but he doesn't smell the blood-filled painting
Hella
behind
kills.
him. Here's where we'll also discover that the crusty demon bum is actually an employee at the Hood of Horrors. Devin would then roll up out of nowhere and snatches Posey's eyeball out of the gory painting. And what he does next is completely insane.
But it just cannot be.
Said I need a little snack.
Hey man, pack this nigga Snoop Dogg up, bruh. What is he on? The next tale is about a scummy landlord that mistreats his tenants. Tex and Tiffany are a racist couple that just received some property. The property belonged to his father and it houses military veterans. We'll later find out Tex murdered his father in order to receive his assets. In his father's will, it says that the only way he'll get access to his money, he'll have to live on the property with the military veterans for a year. The main reason his father put this in place was to help Tex become a better person. But what his father didn't know was that
This was one of the better stories in this motherfucker. This and the next one with the rapper.
that boy was
I ain't like the first one that
When
much.
he arrives at the house, he'll notice that all of his tenants are black, and he'll begin to make their lives a living hell. He'll make them do unnecessary chores, and he'll constantly say racist things towards them. The veterans would finally get fed up with Tex and Tiffany when they murdered their well-loved assistant. They'll try to force her into a hot dog smelling threesome, and when she denies,
But he started tweaking when he had the dude in the wheelchair like doing shit too. Like, damn, you gonna force him to do some shit? You like, we already knew you was racist. We already knew what you was on, but shit. Now It's war.
Suffocate her with the pillow. After one of the vets find their beloved assistant dead in the freezer, they'll begin to hatch a plan to take back control of their home. Another thing that drew the vets over the edge was the neglectful death of one of their housemates. Instead of getting the old man medical assistance, Tex and Tiffany instead buys a life supply of caviar for their dog.
Are you two out of your mind? You up here feeding your dog caviar and you're starving us?
The vets would then loke up on their goofy asses, and they'll both die a very gruesome death. They'll force feed Tiffany the caviar and blows her mother-loving stomach up. And to top off the madness, they'll then feed the gruesome remains to the dog. Tex will get murked by the same custom hood he killed his dad with. After the veterans avenge the death of their fallen comrades, their new landlord will
deserve
does the unthinkable. Snoop is the new landlord, and he'll brutally murder the dog because he's the only dog that is allowed on the premises.
Hey man, pack this nigga Snoop Dogg up, bruh. What is he on?
The final story stars Darwin Davis. Here his name is
Say,
and
man.
he's an aspiring rapper in dire need of a come up. After he gets done praying to white Jesus, a baseball would shatter the church's window. When he goes outside to see what it is, he will be greeted by that dude that likes to fondle little boys. Saad would see the baseball busting the window as a sign that he's gonna be a big rapper. When he tells this to Quan would then tell him that he has ill flows and banging beats. They'll then click up and drop some banging.
If they did this story and the last story on a way bigger scale with way better writers, that would be two good ass stories for an anthology series. And you can't really do an anthology series as a movie. I don't know why they did it as a movie. It should have been like a 3 or 4 episode short series or some shit. But yeah, if they did this shit though, that would be two good stories. The other one, toss that shit out. I ain't like the spray painting girl. If there is another one after this one, I don't remember it, but yeah, they need about, say, 6 or 7 episodes, redo the Hood of Horrors, just have Snoop be the host. He don't need to be in the scenes and shit. Or he can, but I don't know. It kind of throws it off a little bit, I feel.
Tracks.
When I'm done, you gonna put the crown down. I'm gonna take it back and I'm gonna serve it on mine. Guarantee when you see me, it's like pressing rewind. I can say it one time, but you won't get it. It's too slick. And if you don't, well then fuck it. You can get dick. That's how I do it. I keep it rugged. If you don't like it, I give you the finger. Then I say, well then fuck it.
Yeah, them bars ain't barring. But somehow they'll begin to get offers to sign to labels. And here's where we'll also see the downfall of their friendship. Saad is
he was the better rapper out the group too.
Reckless to record execs, and he even fornicates with minors.
Dog, she said she was 18. There was grass on the field, and that bitch was tight. I even peed on her.
Wait a gosh darn minute. Did this man...
That is not gangster.
Hey, yo. What was that interesting to you?
Really just say that he R. Kelly'd a minor? Wow, man, I'm completely lost for words right now. A year later, we'll find out that Quan has died, and his death is unknown. Snoop would then tell us that he's had his eye on Quan, hinting that he did something foul. But speaking of doing something foul, this nigga Snoop begins to play with his sliced neck. Bro, this man is really wildin'. First he ate an eyeball, blew a dog to smithereens, and now he's digging his dirty fingernail in his sliced neck. Anybody else queasy by this? Saad would then go on to
win that nigga's different
for best solo artist of the year. And as he's about to celebrate,
yes, bro, that's their one.
He's nothing without Quan, and he should have been the one that got killed.
Ain't nothing without Quan. What? Yo, get off me. Yo, man, I'm right. You're the one who should have died.
After this strange encounter, Saad would go
he ain't nothing without Quan.
He's about to see some
Quan was really that cold with the rap and shit.
Knock on the door from that old white woman from Insidious. She's another employee of the Hood of Horrors, and she'll make the room disappear along with banishing the door into the Shadow Realm. She'll ferociously hit Saad in the kneecap when he refuses to sit his goofy ass down.
Foul.
She'll then turn on the TV, and here's where we find out what caused Kwan's death. One night they'll make a stop at a liquor store, and as they're getting their snacks and beverages, a robber.
Hey, once the door disappeared, you should have known. Just go ahead and sit the fuck down, bro. It's over. You obviously not in Kansas anymore. So, yeah. I gotta fuck with more of those type of games, man. The Corey and all of the what's the name games.
The robber will then pause for a moment to make sure he aims his gun at Saad's shoulder and pulls the trigger. Obviously, something isn't right here. The Hood of Horror employee will then bring the door back, and the person on the other end is a zombified Kwan. He'll enter the room with a videotape in order to show us what truly happened the night of the robbery. To make a long story short, Saad and the security guard Diamond Dallas Page set up Kwan in order to kill him so that Saad can reap all the benefits of their rap career. Kwan is now back to get revenge on Saad, and he does this in a very maniacal way. But first, he'll brutally murder Diamond Dallas Page by ferociously shoving 2 sharp knives in his eye sockets. Since no one else can see Kwan, everyone would assume.
Why they had that man looking like that though?
DDP. Saad would then decide to go out.
I get that he got shot, but like, why his face all scrunched up and shit? What the fuck they do to him?
Like beans from state property, but just like beans, he'll get a ton of hot shit dumped into his system.
Oh god.
Once he's dead on the elevator, he'll be quickly accompanied by Snoop and the rest of the souls he's captured, which consists of the eyeless graffiti artist and the hunky couple. Snoop will then take them to their new home, which is the Hood of Horrors. Snoop will then conclude this journey by telling us that it's his destiny to collect putrid souls, and I must say that this overall premise to his why is pretty intriguing. Basically, if you're someone that remains on a path of evil, the employees in the Hood of Horror will come snatch your goofy ass up and you will suffer a horrible death. Nah, but on some real shit, this movie right here is an underrated gem. For an anthology film, it does
what I say.
everything right. All the stories are interesting, and Snoop.
I didn't know that was actually Diamond Dallas Page.
I also must highlight how well this film was shot. It's safe to say that this wasn't a cheaply made film. I also did some research and found out that the director of the film passed away, and her name is Stacy Tidal. Rest in peace to you, and I want to thank you for making this awesome film.
Rest in peace,
if you're
Stacy.
a fan of horror, I would highly advise you to check it out if you haven't already.
Horror and anthology. If you like horror and anthology, that shit's goated.